So I mentioned, especially to those who weren't here last week, that we had a lot of acronyms flying around last Sunday, because that was one of the things that people did when they went into the conscious conversation. And so when I read the acronyms that I brought forward, the one that got the most response and this woo with eyes going wide open was divine radical expression audaciously manifesting. How does that feel? There are people laughing, there are people smiling. And now we have another really good one that just came up a few moments ago. Deliberately remembering every amazing miracle. What would life look like if, So, during practitioner studies and ministerial, one of the people that we studied, who was one of the biggest influences on Ernest Holmes, the founder of religious science and the author of Science of Mind, among other books, was Thomas Troward. And Thomas Troward said that the whole purpose of life is to enjoy it. And the thing that is enjoying life is spirit. And so that's it. All there is to do in life is to just enjoy. And that spirit is constantly ready, constantly at the ready to express itself joyfully, fully, completely, in, through, and as everyone and everything. Now, what we also learned, and this didn't come off sort of as a meme until ministerial studies for me, that there are aspects or qualities of spirit that Troward talked about, and then that Ernest Holmes and other people have sort of adopted. And in order to remember them on an exam, we were told that there were 3 L's, 2 P's, a B, and a J. And what that meant was life, light, love, peace, purpose, beauty, and joy. And so this is how spirit is expressing itself. We also learned that there is intelligence and that there is order. There's no randomness. And not like there's a plan that is set in stone, but there is harmony and order, which if we take a look at nature, we can see intelligence, harmony, and order in every single aspect of nature, even in what seems chaotic. So this is what I had in mind as I was watching this video that Glenn sent me a couple of days ago by Alan Watts. Anyone here familiar with Alan Watts? Okay, so I'm not super familiar with Alan Watts. He's not someone who has come across my purview in a big way like some other people have. And so I got this video on Instagram by Glenn, and it was called The Dream of Life. And I gotta tell you now, I'm gonna be listening to more Alan Watts because his voice, it's like a wing down here for me. Anyway, so in this dream, I actually found a few variations of the one that Glenn sent me, and I ended up focusing on one that I found because at the beginning, he talks about something that is so super important that then sort of leads into the rest of this, what if situation. And I know that this entire excerpt was also pulled from a much larger talk, which I'm now looking forward to finding. Anyway, so he says at the beginning, imagine if you had the power to dream 75 years worth of life in one dream, in one night. Imagine if you just leaned into that and you realized, like, oh my gosh. And so you just went thinking all of these infinite possibilities of what I could enjoy, how I could feel fulfilled, all of the awesome stuff that I could do, the amazing relationships I could have, the goals, the desires, the passions that I could completely realize, all of the great stuff. And so you did that for a few nights in a row. And then, because you realized, hey, I can actually do this, you thought, okay, I'm going to try something else. What if I open up to not knowing what's going to happen? What if I let go? What if I surrender? What if I start to dream something up that I have absolutely no control over? And that's when you might experience some challenges, some tough stuff, some harrowing or even scary stuff. And then you come out of that. And you're like, whoa, I was able to do that too. And so then you keep doing this and you keep making more audacious choices. You become bolder in the expression of who and what you are. And then one day you wake up and you're living the life that you're living. And then you're realizing at some point, is this all there is? Am I just this big? Am I separate from everyone and everything? And so he starts talking about, that the whole point of life, like Troward was saying, is for spirit to enjoy itself. Now, he doesn't use these words exactly, but for spirit to enjoy itself. And for us to remember that we are spirit, that we are God, that we are love. And not love the feeling, pure, essential, unconditional love that is the very, very essence of everyone and everything. The whole point of us is to remember. And so he's talking about awakening in the dream, which is actually what my talk was on Wednesday when I was bringing Paul Levy from the Quantum Revelation into the topic. And so I was really taken by this video, and I watched it, and I watched the other versions again and again and again and again. And what I got to finally was, when he asks, what if you woke up one day and realized you were dreaming? It wasn't so much about the, what if you woke up and realized? For me, it was, who or what is doing the dreaming? That's the point, right? Because if we're dreaming and we know it, there is something beyond this level of awareness that is aware that we're aware. What? Like, I have goosebumps right now. And this isn't new to me. I mean, I was in 7 years of consciousness studies. This is what we talked about all the time. But the way that he asked it and the way that he spoke with his dreaming voice, it was so super cool for me and exciting to be invited to open up this level up to this level of awareness again, by someone else. And so when Dreaming of Me, came up as the, Every Day I Dream of Me came up as the acronym or affirmation for this month, then I really wanted to lean into what are the other interpretations of dream, that we could embrace. Because a lot of times dreams are just looked at as passions, goals, desires, I want to accomplish this someday kind of thing, right? But what if the dream is actually a barrier, or the dream is a veil or a haze or sort of a limitation to our understanding of who and what we truly are, of us expressing who and what we truly are. And then the idea comes up of like, well, are we dreaming up ourselves, or are we being dreamed up by ourselves? And then it goes further and further back, because the more you become aware that there's awareness, well, what's behind that awareness? And what's behind that awareness? And what's behind that? And that. It goes on forever, right? But the whole point is to really consider who and what is doing the dreaming. And is this life that I'm experiencing here the essential love, the allness of it? Is it the infinite potentialities that are available to me? Or is it one dream out of all of those gazillions that we could possibly experience? And so it goes back to, when Sheri was talking about that spirit's only sort of purpose in life is to enjoy itself. And that as we are here on purpose. We are here by design. We're not here by accident, and there's no randomness, not in what we teach in New Thought. And so if there's no randomness, and we are here on purpose, then there's this opportunity from moment to moment to moment to really lean into what is it that we're focusing on, and how is it that we're showing up? Who is it that is focusing? What is it that is focusing on the life that we are living and the life that we are creating? And so I know I'm going to be sitting with this, for much longer, but I was so excited, by this video and hearing Alan Watts really for the first time. I mean, I'd heard him before, but I really heard him this time. And so I want everyone to consider that dreams are more than aspirations or, things that we want to do or accomplish. The dreams, and it's not a negative thing, it's another level of awareness and understanding. And what is it that we are choosing to embrace? When we're dreaming of me, the mental equivalent, what are we dreaming of, and who's doing the dreaming? So, divine radical expression audaciously manifesting. What if every single moment of every day, imagine if we really, or how Gail's, deliberately remembered every amazing miracle. Not that we had experience, but every amazing miracle of what we're capable of. The infinite potentialities, the infinite possibilities that are available to us. What if that's how we embrace dreaming? What if we consciously chose to make bolder, more audacious choices so that we could really, really lean into the fact that we are divine radical expression, audaciously manifesting from moment to moment to moment? What if we consciously chose to awaken from this dream that this is all there is to life, no matter how awesome or how not awesome it may be? What if we let go of that notion and really sort of just opened up to this idea that maybe we are being dreamed into existence by this one incredible thing that is going on as we dream our own life into existence by using our mind, our heart, our entire beingness? Because it's not one or the other, it's both and. You know, and even if you go to four-valued logic from quantum physics, it could be both, you know, true, neither are true, they're true and false, or they're neither sort of thing. But I like to look at the world as yes and, you know, that we are dreaming and we're being dreamt up. And as we're being dreamt up, we dream more. Because there's something in us that is always, always awake. And the more that we awaken to that awakeness, the more we step into the me that we are able to become. Now, that's sort of a nugget, but the real thing that I would love for you guys, and I invite you guys to take into conscious conversation today is, why is it important? Is it important? And does it matter? Whatever your answer is, there is no right or wrong. It's just something to sort of spark conversation and lean into this idea of dream and being dreamed up or dreaming or yes and. Whatever it is that you think, there's no right or wrong answer. It's all an opportunity to awaken to the deliberate remembering of every amazing miracle that you truly are. Thank you, and so it is.